If you're shopping for your first interchangeable lens camera and you're stepping up from a phone or an old DSLR, one of the biggest questions is always the same: where do I even start? And I've definitely been there before. My first digital camera was a Nikon D3200 with a basic lens kit, but that camera taught me so much: composition, the basics of lighting, and how much control you actually gain when you go beyond a phone. Not long after that, I picked up a simple 35mm f1.8 prime, and that's when photography really clicked for me. So when Nikon sent over the Nikon Z50 II along with two DX lenses, it immediately reminded me of that same learning path just brought into the new mirrorless world. At the heart of the Z50 II is a 20.9 megapixel APS-C sensor, and this is a really important conversation, especially for new shooters, because APS-C gives you a great balance of image quality, performance, and portability. You're getting deeper colors, less noise, and more detail than you would on a phone, especially when you start shooting portraits, landscapes, or low-light scenes. This is where a dedicated camera really begins to separate itself. The autofocus in this camera is fast and reliable, which makes a huge difference when you're learning. It's got an automatic setting that takes care of focus and exposure, so you can concentrate on composition and timing, and preserving your memories at the end of the day. On the video side, the Z50 II is very creator friendly. You can shoot in 4K and HD, and if you want to experiment creatively, you also get 120 frames per second in full HD for slow motion shots. And those are meaningful tools for someone learning video, whether you're shooting social content, personal projects, or just exploring motion for the first time without the camera ever feeling intimidating. Physically, the camera feels great in the hand. It's got a great button layout. You've got a built-in electronic viewfinder for shooting in bright light, and a flip-out LCD screen that's incredibly helpful for video, selfies, and vlogging. On the side panel, you have a microphone jack, headphone jack, HDMI input, and USB Type-C for charging and transferring. One thing I really appreciate, especially for beginners, is how approachable the camera is right out of the box. You get 31 built-in color presets, which makes it easy to start finding your aesthetics immediately. So instead of wondering how to edit or color grade if you're just starting out, you can preview different looks in camera and see what speaks to you. And when you're ready, Nikon makes it simple to share your images to your phone. The intelligent automatic modes also take a lot of pressure off. Exposure and focus are handled for you when you need it. And as your confidence grows, you can take more control on your own pace. And honestly, that's what matters most at the beginning, or even when you're more advanced, having a camera that encourages you to go out and shoot. Now, one of the nice things about Nikon's APS-C system is that the Z DX lineup is growing stronger all the time. And one of the lenses Nikon sent out to us was the Nikon Z DX 16-50mm f2.8 VR. And this lens deserves a little extra attention because what really stands out here is a constant f2 aperture. That's a big deal, especially for someone getting into photography, because most beginner-friendly zoom lenses have variable apertures, which means your exposure changes as you zoom, and that can make learning manual settings confusing and frustrating. With this lens, the aperture stays constant throughout the zoom range, making it much easier to understand exposure and build good shooting habits. It's really sharp, it's compact, and very well balanced on the Z50 II. You can shoot wide, you can zoom in, experiment with framing, and really learn what focal lengths that you gravitate towards, and this is really important when you're purchasing additional lenses. This is the perfect lens to have for most situations, especially when learning photography. Now, the second lens is the Nikon Z DX MC 35mm f1.7, and this lens opens a whole new creative world. As a fast prime, that f1.7 aperture gives you beautiful background blur, strong subject separation, and great low light performance. It encourages you to slow down and really think about composition, but what really sets this lens apart is that it's also a macro lens. Now that means you can get as close as about 2.8 inches from your subject, revealing the intricate details in flowers, insects, jewelry, texture, and everyday objects. With a maximum magnification of 0.67 times, you're uncovering tiny details with impressive clarity, almost life-size, making this lens just as exciting for close-ups as it is for everyday shooting. And if you're looking for an APS-C mirrorless camera that delivers strong image quality, reliable autofocus, approachable video performance, and tools that help you learn faster, the Z50 II makes a lot of sense. Pairing it with a constant aperture zoom and a fast macro prime gives you two very different but equally valuable ways to explore photography and video. The combination worked for me early on, and it's still a path I genuinely recommend to my friends till this day. And if you want to get hands-on with the Z50 II or talk through which lenses make the most sense for how you're shooting, that's where Samy's camera really comes in. You can stop on by one of our stores, try the gear out for yourself, and ask real questions, or check it out online if you already know what you're looking for. And I really do think that the right camera is gonna be the one that helps you learn, keeps you inspired, and keeps you creating. And the Nikon Z50 II setup that we showed you guys today absolutely delivers on that. But I wanna hear what advice you guys have for anybody starting out, or if you started off with an APS-C camera, what lenses you're shooting with, anything that's Nikon related, go ahead and post it on the comments below. And I wanna ask you guys for a big favor. If you guys like the video, please feel free to leave a comment, subscribe, and make sure you like it if it's something you found helpful. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.